You know how like they have like investor calls that they make public. Every corporation does.
Yeah.
That's how we knew. That's how we knew Kathleen Kennedy was going to announce new Star Wars movies, because the investor call got leaked, and it was basically, "Why aren't you making movies?" "Oh, I'm scared to make movies because the last 3 I made were shit, and the fan base hates me for it." "Oh, well, guess what? By 2025, you better have at least a movie out, or your head's gonna roll." I hate Dave Filoni with a passion.
Really?
Yeah, he was key in getting the extended universe stuff decanonized, and then he gives the fan base quote unquote canon substitutes for the stuff that they removed from the canon, but it's like a Kmart version. Like
it's not the official.
Everyone's like, "Oh, the spiders from the EU were in Mandalorian season 2," and I'm like, dude, those spiders are supposed to be like eldritch god hive mind, and in this they're just like collateral stage hazards. I don't know why you're freaking out. You should be incensed. Like, if you actually know what that is.
I do agree that the Mandalorian fell off. I think the Book of Boba Fett. No, listen.
It fell off in the middle of that's annoying. It fell off in the middle of season 1, dude. It fell off in the middle of season 1. Like, I don't know.
From my perspective, I obviously, and I've told you a bunch before, I love the Clone Wars. I will always defend it. I need to
rewatch it, because once I rewatch it, I will get my thoughts together on like a notebook or a Word document, and then we can sit down and have like a 6-hour discussion about it.
That sounds fantastic to me, bro. I will do that in a heartbeat. In my opinion, call me a bullshitter. I think season 1 and season 2 are both great. Even though they're like the basic seasons or whatever.
I think season 1, 2, and 7 are the best parts. Everything else kind of lags.
When you, in season 1 and season 2, bang out every single great idea that you have, you've got to kind of improvise a little bit. And also, there are moments within, I believe, season 4 and season 5 that are extremely critical to the Star Wars story, especially when it comes to Ahsoka and Anakin.
What made me mad, I just remembered something about season 7 that made me mad. Do you remember when like 3 of the episodes in the middle of it were just like filler?
Yes.
I get it, you wanted to show us what Ahsoka was doing, but could you at least have made it like interesting and worth watching? Like, there was a whole episode where they busted out of a cell, ran around, had like Scooby-Doo chase hijinks, and then got stuck back in the same damn cell, and then said to be continued. I was never... Yeah. That was when I was borrowing a buddy's Disney Plus account, and I was like, thank God I am not paying, because I would be pissed if I was paying for a Disney Plus account for weekly episodes of this crap. Hera looks like shit in the Ahsoka show.
Hey man, you gotta cut corners somewhere. So...
Yeah, but with your reference character, literally every other character looks fine. What's their excuse for her?
Diversity. We're in 2023, sir.
Hera's an alien. It doesn't matter who's under it. Paint her green and make her look right. Do you know George Lucas's original rule for costume designs in Star Wars?
Wasn't it? What the fuck was it?
I'll just say
no
it.
Buttons?
It's no zippers, no straps, no Velcro, no buttons.
Yeah, it was.
You can use ropes, laces, tags, stitches. You can use anything other than zippers, buttons, and Velcro. Like, you can't, like, I mean, you could use Velcro to like hold the costume together, but it had to be out of sight. Were you here when I explained meticulously how easy it is to like just farm money with the Star Wars franchise, and how Disney somehow has made it so hard for themselves for no reason?
I'm sure.
Literally, if I was like the God King of Lucasfilm, right? If I was in Kathleen Kennedy's position, I would say, "Hello, fanbase. I'm here to announce a new project. This project is called The Acolyte. It takes place at a yet undetermined point in the Star Wars franchise. The original franchise that you know and love, episodes 1 through 6, somewhere in that timeline is when it transpires. It is about an up-and-coming Sith warrior, and this Sith warrior's journey will be more character-focused instead of altering the conflict at large. And now to tell you more about the show, I give you the lead actor who will be playing in the show. Everyone give a warm welcome and round of applause for Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer.
Yeah, and then like after the nuclear applause, he would be like, "Yeah, it means so much to be playing this character again," or something, you know? Like that's how I would do it. It would be so easy. The audience would suck me off, and Disney stock would skyrocket. Like, it's not hard. It's really not hard. I don't know how Disney finds a way to make it so hard to, like, not sow seeds of discord in their fandoms. And then on the Marvel side, it's so easy. You have so many good comics that you could pull from. Like, I'm writing a movie script right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's not a movie script. It's a live-action show script. And I'm writing it based off of DC's New 52, Earth 2.
Oh.
It's fun, right? And it's actually really easy. I'm kind of
basic style.
No, not that. It's because here's the thing. I don't know why comic adaptations are so hard for Hollywood. If you get the rights to the story, the rights to the book, it should not be hard to adapt. You know why? You watch anime, Brandon. You know what a storyboard is.
True.
They literally have a bound and laminated storyboard in their hands, and they will do anything other than just use it. When I get how, like, every out of every like 20 fans, you'll have like 2 who are like, "Oh, where's the fun in like a shot-for-shot remake?" I'm like, all the fun, because you get to see your beloved story in motion. Like,
yeah, and there's a lot of people. You also got to understand that we are a part of an exclusive generation that has grown up with video games. Right? There's a lot of people that have not done that, and there's a lot of people who their basic medium is movies. So in order to translate video games into a into a media that you can understand, you have to do it properly. You can't just take the story and start mixing it up and do whatever you want with it. If you do it one-to-one, you give older generations the ability to appreciate a fantastic story from a medium that they are able to understand.
That is why Sam Raimi's world that he creates in those trilogies is so unique, is because he takes the old wackadoodle era, but gives it, like, flesh and blood. Which is why it's so unique, and it's why it grabbed so many people. Also, he just had, like, a genius casting director. Like, that casting director needs to be, like, frozen in amber when they die and displayed in a museum, because, like, Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. What's her name? What's her name as Mary Jane? J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Which they could not have casted better. There's literally zero possibility they could have casted better.
Little kid me literally heard his voice reading the comic before I even, like, saw the movie. Like, when I was reading it, I just imagined, that's just J.K. Simmons. James Gunn keeps confirming that he's bringing back all the Guardians of the Galaxy actors for his DC stuff. And Dave Bautista keeps saying how he wants to be friggin' Lex Luthor. And all I can think of is how legendary that would be if you had, like, a jacked Lex Luthor.
Yeah, instead of just a Corpo boy.
No, like, imagine he's the Corpo boy. He is everything that, and he's, like, ripped. But then here comes Superman, like, with his standard man build, but, like, infinitely stronger, infinitely faster, infinitely smarter, infinitely everything, and then, like, it'd be cool.
Dude, just a black twink Superman.
I really hope that James Gunn I hope he stays above that. I hope he has the foresight and the, like, mental capacity to stay above that. James, I am begging you. you will smash the MCU into a billion pieces if you just adapt the characters as is. Somebody clip this. Somebody screen record this, do something. Anybody who ever sees this again, get it out there. He needs to see this clip of me. Dude, adapt the characters as is. Don't make it a controversy race between you and the MCU to see who can adapt their characters the worst and gaslight the fandom the most. Please, just make the characters as is.
Not a lot of talk about how in the 70s and 80s there was actually a ton, I would say, in the comic book world, there was a lot of racial diversity.
There was, yeah. The DC comic writers were living and dying on Jon Stewart. They wanted people, when Hal Jordan, I forget, he either died or he turned evil. Either way, he was out of the continuity for a long time. And then they brought in Jon Stewart. They wanted to make a new Green Lantern who happened to be black. Those were the exact words that they used. And they lived and died by him, and it paid off because now Jon Stewart's Green Lantern is one of, if not the most iconic Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Like, that's my Green Lantern. I'm aware Hal Jordan was the first. I don't care. Jon Stewart is mine. So, like... No, you grew up with the same show I did. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
No, I remember. I do remember.
I remember. I accidentally did blackface as a kid.
Oh, just because you liked the character?
No, because I slid on the green ring and I had the shirt that was the design of his suit, right? And little kid me was running around telling everyone that I was Jon Stewart because I had no clue who the hell Hal Jordan was at the time. Skoomalball says, Hal Jordan is a fluke, man. Yeah, he is. They've run him into the ground, kind of ruined him on many an occasion. I don't know why they keep him around at this point. I would take Kyle Rayner over him, if we're being real.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know too much about the Green Lantern stuff. I didn't follow it much.
Let's see.
Mine was Spider-Man and a couple DC stuff. I'm actually more Batman than anything. More than anything, I'm Batman.
I'm actually low-key getting sick of Batman.
Well,
what they need to do is they need to establish Batman, right? And then they need to subvert it. And near the end of their first phase, they need to turn him into the Batman who laughs and have him be the villain for the rest of the universe. That would be make him the Batman who laughs. Because, like, I guarantee you, Brandon, I guarantee you at this point, a lot of people are really sick of basic bitch Batman. A lot of people.
It makes sense. I guess to me, my nostalgia comes from the Arkham series. When I look at the Arkham series, I say that is peak Batman, period.
Well, you're not wrong, but we're never going to get there again because that was the perfect storm of, like, perfect elements that fused perfectly. We're never going to get that again. Because Mark Hamill said that he is never voicing the Joker again because he couldn't imagine doing a project where he's not working with Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Which, if we're being real, that is a perfectly fine role by me. So, they casted Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr., which I am a fan of because, Frank Grillo had a bone to pick with the MCU because allegedly Kevin Feige lied to him about how important his role would be, and then they killed him off in his first movie appearance. And then we got Indira Varma as the bride. I don't know who she is exactly, but I recognize her.
Isn't she, what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Oh, right! Yeah, she's his sister / lover.
His sister. You know what I'm saying.
Sister / lover.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can't forget that detail. I like how we got David Arbor as Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, he was like, thank God they're casting me in something where I get to be taken seriously for once. Because they made him, they casted him, he's a total commie. Like, he's a commie loser. As far as Hollywood people go, but like they casted him as like communist Captain America, and I was like, that's funny. He's gonna enjoy that and make the most of it. And then they were like, nah, you're just a joke the whole movie. And then you got Sean Gunn as G.I. Robot, which I'm kind of disappointed as. I thought they'd just bring him back as Weasel.
Oh, yeah.
And then Alan Tudyk is Dr. Phosphorus. I thought this was El Diablo, but I guess it's Dr. Phosphorus. I know nothing about the Creature Commandos. I'm not even going to pretend I do. All I know is they're like Suicide Squad Gen 0. Are you up to date on controversies with the MCU?
No, dude, I'll be real with you. When I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, I said I'm done with the MCU forever. It was after that one. I said I'm literally done with this forever. I can't ever do this again.
For me, the number one solo film. Maybe when we're making like the tier list eventually, because Brandon, we're making a tier list for everything MCU related from Phase 1 all the way to Guardians 3. Once it comes out and once I make my review and get it out there, that weekend I'll get as many people as humanly possible into a Discord call, and we'll have hours and hours of ranking them and shouting at each other over our opinions. But, yeah, so for right now, I think my favorite solo film has to be Doctor Strange. Because, man, Scott Derrickson loved himself some Doctor Strange, and he gave us a great movie. And they screwed up their relationship with him so bad that he, like, walked out for the sequel. Droids have the funniest dialogue in all of Star Wars. Every scene with droids is funny. That's the one consistently good thing about Clone Wars. Battle droids just shooting the shit on a battlefield.
Dude, even the battle droids in the prequels are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, there's moments that are just so funny.
I don't know if there's even in the very first prequel, there's like expression between them. The commando droid, not the commando droid, the commander, the droid, the yellow one. He doesn't want to check out the gassed room with Jedi in it because he doesn't want to die. So he like points to the one next to him and goes, "Check it out, Corporal. We'll cover you."
That is one of the single best scenes in all of Star Wars.
And then the corporal doesn't start moving forward initially. At first he just goes like, "Huh?"
Roger, Roger.
No, he like turns his head slightly and goes, "Oh, okay," and then he says it, and then he walks forward. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 1 Ultimate Sith Edition is still available on Steam, and then you've got, let me see,
Ultimate Sith Edition.
The Force Unleashed.
You get to kill Ben Kenobi. You get to turn Luke Skywalker to the dark side. You get to force Han Solo to kill Chewbacca, and then you kill Han Solo, and then you find out that Leia turned into a Jedi because her brother fell, and then you murk her too.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love that shit.
Greetings.